How long have you been in the business?
A little over a month now. This is my second time out in Vegas shooting.
And where are you from originally?
I was born in Florida. I was raised between Florida and Charlotte, North Carolina a lot.
Did you go to a public school, private school?
Um, through elementary school, private school, and then probably like sixth grade onwards, public school. So,
In grade school, do you have a favorite subject?
English, even all through high school, it's always been English, unless you count PE as a subject.
Ah,
Um, I'm
I know.
really active, so that was always my favorite time.
I know you're really young at that point when you were in grade school. Did you have any idea what you wanted to do with the rest of your life?
When I was younger, I actually thought I wanted to be an anesthesiologist. So that's really different from where I'm at now.
Is that something you still maybe want to pursue later?
No, no, not at all.
Okay.
Um, Definitely though, right before this, I was considering sonography, doing ultrasounds on women. So if I were to ever venture away from this, which so far I'm really happy, it would definitely be something in the medical field, but I wouldn't want to go to school for 8 years at this point in my life.
Right.
Yeah.
In high school, were you the popular girl, the loner, the geek, the nerd?
Definitely the loner. Um, I was not very outgoing. I was very shy. Um, but the friends I did have, I probably only ever had one or two long lasting friendships with girls. For the most part, I liked hanging out with guys a lot.
So,
Um, until high school when it turned into not really being able to maintain a platonic friendship with males. That was
so,
kind of,
so you were popular with the guys?
yeah, yeah.
Did they all just want to have sex with you? Because you mentioned platonic.
Um, After ninth grade year, yeah, because I started becoming more shapely, I guess you
Right.
could, and I got a booty, so that kind of changed everything.
And did you notice that, or did you just notice more of the attention from the guys?
No, I noticed it, and jumping into sophomore year, 10th grade, sophomore year, right? Yeah. Jumping in that year, coming back that summer, like all I heard was basically stuff along the lines of how I didn't look like a 10-year-old boy anymore. And I got a butt, and yeah, so.
So
But
did you?
honestly, it felt good getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So
So you like the attention.
yeah,
And did you date in high school?
I had one serious boyfriend in high school. Other than that, after that one triad relationship, it was just sex, 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 sex.
Uh, did you go to your prom
No,
by choice?
yeah. Um, I don't know. Just at that point in time, it seemed kind of lame to me. Just, I guess, more so the fact that I knew going there, it's not like I could wild out or be slutty, I guess you could say, because it was really chaperoned and yeah. Just from experience, like with my older cousins, being told that they're basically watching you like hawks the whole time, and you're not allowed to get too close to boys, and you're not allowed to dance certain ways. It just didn't seem appealing to me at all.
So you wanted the evening to have a happy ending?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. In high school, did your favorite subject change? Did you like anything else?
um, no, it was still always English. Just I guess because that I was it came to me easy, I guess you could say. And for whatever reason, all throughout my life, I've always had a really close relationship with my English teachers. I just felt like they were always really nice, and I don't know. Maybe it was because I was kind of a teacher's pet in that class. I don't know, but yeah, I've always loved English.
Did your teachers ever flirt with you? Did you ever flirt with your teachers?
No, no. They were always older women, and at the time, like, I mean, I still don't have any experience with girls, but I wasn't bi-curious then. I definitely am now. So that is something I'm looking forward to.
In high school, did you participate in any sports or anything?
So all throughout grade school, I played soccer. I was on a competitive team. And then once high school came around, um, other than being a gym rat and going running and going to the gym by myself all the time, I I actually was told by the track and cross country teacher all the time, like, if you would just bring your grades up, you'd be so good and you could be on the team. But high school was definitely a point in my life where I all of a sudden, I guess, turned into this wild child. So I was skipping school with boys a lot. um, Doing things I probably should not have been. So yeah, looking back, I always wish, like, man, I wish I would have just gotten my grades up and done sports and played sports, because that was always a big part of my life for me. And yeah.
Did something happen in your life that triggered that? Did you?
Um, yeah, I guess it was just, well, I know a lot of it had to do with not really having a good home life. So I feel like I was looking for all these other avenues. Yeah, it's not something I really want to get too in depth on,
No
but
worries. You finish high school. Do you go to college? Do you get a job? Do you?
I did a semester um, at a community college, and then I just knocked out all my prereqs, and then I just realized that's not what I wanted to do. I'm actually getting my personal trainer certification right now and my nutritionist certification, just because I'm really into that. I'm not really sure if I'll actually use it afterwards, just because I'm pursuing all this right now. And kind of, I guess, a fear of mine has been, would a gym hire me as a personal trainer, like, if they know what I'm doing? But regardless, I still want the certification for myself, because I'm really into working out and I feel like there's a lot I could educate myself on. So
Good for you to have something to fall back on.
yeah,
Do you remember the first time you saw some type of adult material?
5th grade. And actually, so before I ever watched porn, this was in 5th grade, I had gotten my first laptop. Maybe it was 6th grade, but my best friend, she came over and showed me this site called Chatterbait, or not Chatterbait. What was it? I don't know. No, it definitely wasn't Chatterbait, but it's like this site where you go on and everybody's on their webcam. It's basically people jacking off and masturbating, and you can flip through them. Chat roulette, I think that's what it was called. So that was my first experience, and obviously I was very aware, like, hoping nobody would walk into my room at any second. So there definitely were a few times where we had to slam the laptop shut and pretend we were watching MTV or something. But then after that, that's when I started getting really curious, and watching porn, and then humping pillows, and just, I guess, kind of experimenting and like learning how to make myself come. So, which actually it hasn't even been until literally this last trip that I learned I could come from just penetration. Because I never knew where my G spot was, sadly. I am 23 years old and just found that out.
Wow. When you started watching adult material, did the thought ever cross your mind that I could do that?
No, no.
You're too much of an introvert?
Yeah. That was never anything I ever thought of until, honestly, when I was 18, I started bartending in Florida, and realized I hated it, and for whatever reason was really drawn into dancing at clubs. So I started doing that, and I don't know why or how, but that just made me realize I wanted to do full on porn. Um, but obviously I didn't. I'm 23 now, but I didn't then, mostly because, I mean, the first person I told was my mom, and that conversation didn't go too well. And then just getting a lot of negative feedback from everybody else and caring too much about what everybody else thinks. So yeah.
In high,
But
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
oh, you're okay. Now I'm at a point in my life where I definitely am confident in what I want and who I am. And I don't think it's something that defines me. And it's actually been a lot more of like a humbling experience and really different than I could ever have expected. Definitely a lot more professional than I expected, which
Right.
is really,
Well, prior to getting into business, had you had any preconceived notions about the adult entertainment industry?
yeah. And that mostly had to do a lot with everything I was hearing from everybody else when I had brought up wanting to pursue the adult industry, which was right off the bat, there's going to be a lot of drugs. You're going to get hooked on drugs. People are going to be pushing drugs on you all the time. Mostly everything to do with drugs, which that was a fear of mine coming in, because just hearing it from every which way, that was kind of a scary thought. But no, that hasn't been the case at all. I honestly feel like it comes down to who you associate yourself with outside of work, outside of shoots. Because on set, it has been very professional. So I really do appreciate that.
In in high school, did you send all your boyfriends sexy selfies and all that?
Yeah, I did, but truthfully, I mostly, because I definitely was an attention seeker. I mean, I still am, but I would post them like on Instagram before Instagram got really crazy about the rules, and Snapchat all the time just for fun, because it was exciting to me to post really scandalous things and having guys like flocking over it, especially older men. I actually, through high school, and I mean even now, was never into guys my age at all.